Welcome to Introverse.
Stuff that we miss from the past that we may never get back. Obviously, for me, it's video stores. I mean,
Yeah.
I just that was my thing. I was at the video store every Friday, sometimes twice in a weekend. I worked at one for 6 years. That was like my church almost. Like it was like if I wasn't at the movie theater, I was at the video store. And it's just one of those things, and it's crazy to me that they're just gone. Like it's completely gone. You can never get it back. You know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So is the question specifically geared toward movies or anything?
No, it could be anything. That's just me.
Like-
I'm a movie.
Like
guy.
it could be like the rotary dial phone.
Mhm.
Yes. Do you miss that?
Actually, my grandmother had one. My grandmother over in Lafayette. When I decided to go to college, I went to what was called USL at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's UL in Lafayette, and she had a little apartment complex type area where she lived in the middle, and she rented out apartment complex the others to college students. So obviously, me being her grandson, who was from the Bayou region, went to the Acadiana region and lived in one of them, and she had a rotary dial phone. And
Oh,
the
wow.
other day, this is true, Dustin. The other day, I was at a place and saw, like you and Holly will do a lot, where y'all go and see vintage things,
Yep.
and y'all like, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
I saw a rotary dial phone that works, and it looked kind of like the one my grandmother had in that apartment complex. She had one in every room in the apartment
Oh, wow.
complex. Not every room, but every unit.
Right.
Mhm.
And I thought that would be cool. And then you realize that it does have a rotary dial, but that's not what you use to do it.
Yeah.
And then the second part is you actually have to call AT&T or whoever and get a landline.
Yeah.
Landline.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not ever getting a landline.
Yeah.
again.
You get a separate phone bill, so then you have two phone bills. I remember those days though, where we had both phone bills. You
Mhm.
still had the landline
Yes.
that
Yes.
you used occasionally, and then you
Yeah.
got the new cell phone. You know, that you would use. Actually, you probably used the landline more at first,
Yep.
and then you gradually shifted.
Yeah,
to
because
the
the cell
cell
phones
phone.
had minutes.
Because at the beginning, cell phone service was horrible.
Horrible, and you're charged by the minute.
Yes, you were charged by the minute, which is why
True story. I
Sprint
have to
had
share.
the little walkie-talkie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I may have told you this, Dustin. So in 1991, I was coaching at a high school, and we made the state championship game. So what they allowed you to do was to go to the Superdome and practice on Friday for the Saturday game.
Oh, that's nice.
If you were from North Louisiana, say the Shreveport area, you actually stayed in New Orleans, but we were relatively close to the dome, right? So we went practice. We finished practice and we go out and we get in an elevator in the dome to go up to this floor where they were doing a little press conference type meet and greet, right? The day before the game. And we get in there, and the principal of the school, he's got a Motorola phone in a backpack about this big,
Yes.
big. And when we get in the elevator, he says, "Either y'all want to call your wives?" And we were like, "What?" And he says, "Look at my toy." Well, his brother-in-law worked for a company down here called Mobiletel. Do y'all remember
I
Mobiletel?
remember Mobiletel very
And
well.
Mobiletel was the first company that started selling the bag cell phones, right?
Wow. Yeah.
So I never forget, he gave me that thing while we were in the elevator, and I almost had a hernia. That thing
So heavy.
it weighed about 25 pounds.
Wow.
Right?
Block.
But I did call my wife, and I was like, guess what? I'm in an elevator at the Superdome while it's moving. And
Mind blown.
Mind blown. Can you imagine 2025,
Yeah.
from 1991. So
That's crazy.
that was my first time ever. My first time ever
Yeah.
of seeing a quote unquote cell phone. Then I got a BlackBerry after that. I remember I got
I never went the BlackBerry route.
I had
Too
one for a
many-
little while.
Too many buttons.
had a lot
Yeah.
of buttons.
They had one for every letter.
Exactly. But they had
Uh,
extra stuff
And
too.
they
It
had
was-
a
it
wheel
was-
and the enter button.
Yeah,
and
it was too
symbols
much,
and-
man. I was like, I'm not doing spreadsheets on this little device.
Oh, you couldn't even
What about
spreadsheets.
making mixed CDs for people? I missed that.
That was fun, dude. That was real
I like
fun.
that.
Especially with
Uh,
Napster, and you could get all the music for free for a little while before they shut that down.
Napster.
Yeah, but mine was more about making them for me, not for others.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Simply because you love of your life. If you dating this girl or you're trying to woo this girl, you make her
Yes.
a mixtape, right?
Yeah.
My wife liked country music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I hate to use that
Yeah.
slash, but I'm like, nah, you know what? You're gonna have to make your own mix country.
That's funny.
I respect it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And I was a little weird because I was into progressive type rock. I was a, sort of a Yes. You know how much I love Rush.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer. That kind of
Mhm.
Kansas. I love that. It had layers to it.
Sticks.
Styx wasn't really
Not
progressive.
so much
rock.
progressive, but
I do like Styx, but it's still sort of straightforward.
yeah.
Like you could get tired of a Styx song.
Sure.
But if you listen to Heart of the Sunrise by Yes, every time you listen to it, you go, wow, I didn't even know that part was in there. I didn't realize he did that in there. And it's got these layers.
Yeah.
And that's why, even though they're not really progressive rock, you're the guy who sort of turned me on to that Mute Math when I'm older, right?
Yeah.
And I just liked something about Mute Math that this guy can really play the drums, and the drums are an integral part of the music and things like that.
You're a drummer as well, so that's why you.
Yeah, not a very good drummer, but I'm a drummer, and I love the drums, and I love what he did about the drum, which is why I like Rush, because Neil Peart is like, he does stuff. I listened to the song Subdivisions the other day, and I thought, that's almost impossible to play. The greatest drummers in the world are like, oh my God, he changes time signatures. I know I'm getting off topic, but those were the mixtapes that I like to make.
Right.
Yes has a song called South Side of the Sky. So I would put that on first, and then I'd say, what's every song that I know, whether it's a hit or an offcut or whatever, that sort of that makes me feel like South Side of the Sky. And I would put that on a mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
And then if the next day I was going walk or I was doing whatever, hey, can I say I missed a Sony Walkman? Maybe that would be it.
That's.
I kind of missed the. But then again, now it's easier.
But here's the thing: I made streaming playlists for my now wife when we were dating. Instead of, when I first started dating, I made mix CDs for potential women I was, trying to woo. When I'm dating my wife, she doesn't have a CD player in her car. So it's like, well, I can't make you what are you going to listen to it on? I can make it for fun and say, here's a CD. But she's like, I have no CD player. So I had to make her streaming playlist. And look, she was like, that's nice. But for some reason, because it's not a tangible object, it doesn't feel like as much of something. It's kind of, I don't know.
I would say this too about a Discman or a Walkman or whatever. If that time in your life was carefree and you didn't have a thing in the world to worry about, it didn't matter how hard it was to use that at the time compared to what technology is today.
Yeah.
It still was a good time, right?
It was
Yes,
awesome.
It was. You go into the summer swimming pool, right?
Yeah.
And as you go into the swimming pool, you're thinking about that lifeguard that you hope she looks at you one time when you go to the pool. And you're listening to your Walkman as you're walking across the street in Montague, Louisiana, which is, a little bitty town. And so, I think almost like the movies, everything in life sort of equates to how you felt at that time. On the other hand, if your parents were rough and beating you when you were a kid, that's not a good time. I hate to be cut down.
You had a different playlist.
Yes,
to take the headsets, smack me.
It's weird to me that I miss the speed of time when I was younger. Like when I was a kid, and we can both attest to this. Like days seemed longer, and it felt like I had just hours of time every day to be creative and mess around with
even after school.
Yes, it felt like you had.
It felt like you had a whole day.
After school, it's like, oh, we still got the whole
all this
afternoon.
time.
The afternoon is like this now to me.
I get home at 6 o'clock. It's like, all right, I guess it's time for bed.
I agree with that. You are exactly right. You get home and I'm now at the point where I'm not working a full 5 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, I do realize that when I get home, sometimes I'll get in, I'll kind of unwind. And by the time I'm unwound, I'm like, oh, I got to go to bed to do this all over again tomorrow.
Right away.
Right. Yeah.
But then when I stay home, I bitch and complain the whole day.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. To get out.
Yeah.
I think I had this discussion with Micah, I don't know, a month or so ago.
Your brother. Yeah.
Yeah, my brother, about missing new things.
Whoa.
and being excited about it.
Okay.
So like when for me, it was when I first discovered Star Wars, this new thing,
Yeah.
and it affected me for years.
Yes. Decades.
And then the second one, like when I discovered Lord of the Rings, and then it was like this fantasy world, and it was new.
Yeah.
And and then I would like it affected everything around me. Like the books I've read, were fantasy based or science fiction based, and now it's like I try to tap into that magic, that magical moment.
Yes.
Oh, this book looks good.
Yeah.
And then it's like there's nothing new here.
Yeah. It's
There's
weird.
nothing new. I've seen all this. I've read it. I've seen it. I've experienced it all now.
Yeah. Is it because we're older that we
Because
don't
we've
have that
experienced
childlike,
I think that's part of it too. You don't have that childlike mentality, that magic.
you're coming
that
to it with all of
that
your
playful-
existing baggage
right?
and your cynicism of like, because you've been
Mhm,
burned
that's
so
it.
many times of like, this is going to
Mhm.
suck, because
Mhm.
the last 10 suck.
Or just having experienced a version of everything.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, okay,
Like-
yeah,
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
been there, done that. Okay, it's different actors,
Yes.
different
You know what
names,
movie-
same story.
What movie? It didn't like I didn't run out and yell in the streets or anything, but I did enjoy it a lot. The two Dune movies so far have
I did too.
reinvigorated me,
Yeah.
as far as that
Mhm.
goes. Because I don't think there was anything for a long time.
Long time. Thanks for saying that,
Oh,
Stan. I
I could-
appreciate you saying that you liked Dune.
Oh, I love Dune. My wife,
too.
not so much. Of course, she likes country music. So there you go.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
we established that.
I feel bad because I know Holly likes country
My
music,
wife
but-
also enjoys country music. Yes. But
And not only that, my wife enjoys country pop music, not
Yes.
even the old standards.
B is throwing shade at me because he knows that I'm not the biggest fan of the new Dune
Yeah.
movies, and I still have not watched the second one. So
I loved it. Like the first 5 minutes of the
They're
second one,
beautiful.
it's beautiful when they're out in I'll call it the desert because it is a desert, and the guys are using their jetpacks to get to the
Mhm.
top of. It had something that was it wasn't cliche. It wasn't old Star Wars. It
Right.
wasn't. Now I did like Andor too.
Andor's good.
Yeah, Andor did a little something for me that I thought, okay, Star Wars. I'm not totally giving up on all of these
Yeah.
Star Wars because these other ones were stupid.
But they were, like,
had some stupid.
Even Dune and Andor, they were enjoyable, but it was nothing new.
I agree with that.
There was nothing like
It
oh my
wasn't-
God.
yeah, it wasn't like because you've probably seen the old Dune or you read the
Mhm.
novels or whatever years back, and because
Yeah.
it is something old, you're right. They haven't created something new, at least to me, in the last couple of decades
Right.
that has resonated like
You
everyone.
want to know the movie I think that shot it down for everybody, in my opinion, just
Hmm.
totally an opinion. I hadn't seen anything that really flipped my Twinkie a whole lot. And you know this guy who's a friend of mine who loves to call me to go to the movies.
I've seen him at the movies so many times.
Well, he buys that little thing where you pay for to go
Yes.
to movies. So he gets his money's worth. He'll sit in the theater all day long.
Okay,
It's
that
like his
explains
getaway.
that explains it.
He and I went to see The Matrix, the
Yep.
first
Oh,
Matrix.
see, that is an example.
And that was when you finished
fun.
watching that, you went, whoa, this is new.
This
Yep.
is
And then
new.
the second one comes out and you're so excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even the first Lord of the Rings kind of did it for me.
Mm-hmm.
The funny part is as much as I enjoyed movies in my youth, in 1988, again, Dustin, just a little tidbit for you, I started teaching multimedia at South Terrebonne,
Oh wow,
officially called Multimedia Research and Production.
I was
the guy
10 years
before-
old. Just FYI.
I would flip you off, but I want to keep the show. It is what it is. So the guy who taught it before me was a guy named Dow Hamlin who moved to North Carolina.
Mhm.
Great guy. As a matter of fact, taught me at that same high school, that same class, the year it started.
Right.
And he always had a unit on movies. And that's when I started looking at movies in a different way. But he had a whole section, probably about a 2-week lesson plan thing on Star Wars
That's awesome.
and how it changed the world.
I would have loved that class.
Not only that, how it changed the world in conjunction with Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yes.
Yeah, another good.
Because he thought the way Steven Spielberg and Lucas worked together
Mm-hmm.
changed Hollywood. The
Yep.
way they shot things, the way finally a movie that's in outer space can actually affect you a little bit.
Yeah.
So first Star Wars was 77,
Yep.
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I thought 2 years later there was a movie that came along and broke all rules related to space. Want to take a shot at what it was? And I thought it was really
Buck
good.
Rogers.
No, and I think it's the most
Buck
one of the
Rogers.
most under. I think it's one of the most underrated. No, Buck Rogers was that old. Oh
That
my
was
God!
older.
What a, yo,
Thinking of
Flash Gordon.
Flash
Flash
Gordon.
Gordon.
No, it wasn't Flash Gordon.
Was
But
not
Flash
Flash
Gordon
Gordon.
and Buck Rogers and all of them was still that old.
Yes.
You know, we three could have got together and went in the
Yeah,
basement and
Right.
shot something.
Logan's Run. That was
Logan's Run.
Logan's
exactly.
Run was the year before Star Wars. Yeah.
I'm not saying they're not fun,
No, Logan's
But
Run
they
is a
were not-
great movie. Yeah.
but the one that really broke it for me, and I just still think it's underrated to this day. I don't know if the ones that followed are any good. Was Alien.
Oh yeah.
Alien,
Yes,
like
dude.
freaked me out, and that's 1979.
Yes.
And I'm going, look at this spaceship going through space as the movie
Space
opens
horror.
with this music. Like, obviously, there's no sound in space,
Yes.
but they have this rumbling of a spaceship, a big lugger going through space, and I'm going, okay. Star Wars was only 2 years before that. Why is this
Yeah.
not getting any kind of
Chest burster scene. Yeah. You
Yes. You can't have like a thing that sucks to people's face. Oh,
Yeah.
And it really, you're right though.
yeah.
We
Just
did
for
an
the-
episode on Alien.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I got
with
tired on it. It's
It'll
almost
be
like you
fantastic.
said, B. You get to a point where it's
Yeah.
like
Nothing's
seen
new.
that, done that, and that's
Yeah.
what the later
Uh-huh.
ones do.
Yeah.
They kind of got good with Michael Fassbender. What's the one?
Prometheus.
Prometheus.
Yeah.
Those were entertaining.
I
but,
look, I enjoyed most of those movies, but that's the thing. It's weird. Like I still go to the movies. Like I just watched the last Mission Impossible, supposedly the last Mission Impossible movie.
you went to the theater?
Yeah, I went to the theater, saw it in the IMAX. Tom Cruise hanging off a damn plane, doing crazy stuff. Like that's it's worth it to see that. Tom Cruise trying to kill himself. Like that's and you can clearly see it's him. Like it's like because they have the cameras like right up, and it's IMAX and it's it's like that's Tom Cruise and he's flipping
There's a
around.
little girl in Thunderbolts who jumps off the building just because she thought it would be a great rush and she knew it was safe. And I'm going, you are freaking crazy. I can't remember her name. She's
But
kind
did
of
she
Russian.
really jump off the building?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
did she? Okay. All right.
Yes, her name is, she's the English. Yeah, she had the opportunity to do the scene where they went off the roof, and the guy said, oh, we'll find somebody to do it for you. And she said, no, I want to do it. And he said, really? She
I
said,
respect
yes.
that.
If you promise me it's absolutely safe, I want to do it. And she did it.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, my goodness. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, movies take me away. There's no doubt about that. I'm still
Yeah.
trying to think of something that I really miss from the past. Astro Pops. I used to love the little Astro Pops.
That yeah. Okay. That's the red, white, and blue, right?
Red, white, and blue.
Red,
Used
white,
to get
and
it
blue.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Mom used to chase me out. Though.
Yeah.
I miss nah. This is more of me missing being home. I miss snowball stands.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't
'Cause
have those
They
here.
still exist.
It's a little,
Dustin, I don't know if this happened to you. Obviously, Hawaii's known for shaved ice, and I went, how many months? About a month and a half before you, maybe 2
Yeah.
months before. So we
Yeah,
had
he
a
always
snowball.
pulls the rug right out. I tell him I'm going somewhere, and he always beats me to it.
Well, hell yeah. Who's the stupid one, right? Who's the one who went? Who's the one who went out and got all the information together, and then I steal it from him, right?
That's it.
But we did have a snowball, and it's called shaved ice there.
Yes.
or whatever. And I had it. And after I was eating halfway through it, I looked at my wife and said, "This is not a snowball. This
not
is
the
not
same.
what we have."
yeah, not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a crushed ice. They do it in other states. I mean, they have
It's
it.
not as
like
powdery though.
right. There's something about the ice, the way that
It's
they.
powdery,
Uh-huh.
and it's just
It's literally like snow,
yeah, it's like snow.
which we didn't know until this year when it snowed.
Ironic, right?
Yeah.
That we can make the most snowiest treat.
Right. The place that doesn't have snow has the coolest
We know
snowy
how to make
treat.
snow better than anyone.
Right.
I think part of that is because the syrup we use in it is so sugary and
Uh-huh.
probably it's so horrible for you.
I was thinking it was the pollutants in the water. Didn't allow it to freeze properly.
Y'all mentioned Coors Light. I remember when I was a kid, we couldn't even have a Coors Light. I say a kid, when I was old enough to have beer. We couldn't have a
16.
Coors Light because Coors Light was not shipped into this area. It actually had a border of, and the famous movie Smokey and the Bandit kind of tells the story of that. Which is a
Really?
true story.
Yeah.
We keep going back to movies, but that's what Smokey had to do, right?
You had to transport beer across the border.
That's right.
He had to-
Yeah.
and it was Coors Light.
Mhm.
and it was
yeah,
Coors
it was
Light.
actually Coors. Yeah.
Colorado
And my-
Kool-Aid.
My
Mhm.
uncle worked at the Naval Academy in Colorado Springs, so we'd go visit, and I never forget him and Dad sitting out on their patio out there drinking Coors Light. My dad was like, "This is good beer." And
Who's the woman in it? Sally Fields.
Sally Fields. She
Yeah,
loved.
beautiful, right?
She had a great.
She was so beautiful.
In those days, we have the Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, and all of this. That
Mhm.
was back then. It was Sally Fields and Burt Reynolds.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
They were the hot thing, and she was a lot younger than.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I actually
Burt
watched it.
Reynolds.
I watched it about a year or two ago.
I hadn't seen it in a while.
I haven't
Good.
seen it in years. I
It's
remember
good.
watching it when I was older, in my 20s. I think I watched it for the
Yeah.
first time. It used to play on
Fun
TV
movie.
all the time.
You know what I missed? I just thought of it. Another thing. David Copperfield on Friday night, live.
What happened
Make
to
the
him?
Statue of Liberty disappear.
What happened?
He's
to
still there.
He's in Las
in
Vegas.
Vegas.
He's in Vegas, right?
I went to see the Eagles there recently,
You did at the Sphere.
and that was one night we had nothing
You
on
went
the
to see David
agenda.
Copperfield?
We didn't because that night was the night he didn't do a show.
Oh,
But it was very reasonable, and when I say reasonable in Las Vegas, I'm still talking about a lot of money.
yeah.
But so we had gotten tickets to go see the Eagles. Again, this was Dustin kind of turning me on to the Sphere, saying, "Have you ever seen this place before?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Are you going to it?" And he said, "No." And I had a friend who goes all around the world who said,
Mhm.
"Hey, we're going to the Sphere to see the Eagles. You want to come?" And I was like, "Well, hell yeah,
Oh, they played in the Sphere?
Yeah.
yes,
Sick.
yes."
Yep.
And it was mind blowing. Now, for the rest of my life, somebody's going to say, "What's the best concert you ever went to?" And I like the Eagles,
Eagles?
but
Yeah.
I don't love the Eagles. Yeah, I do love the Eagles, but not.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's my favorite band. And that will always be my favorite concert. The Sphere was awesome. But the first night we got there, we were looking for something, and we had settled on
David Copperfield.
And they say he's like 70, early 70s now or
Oh,
something.
wow. Okay.
Well, he's really 390.
And they said,
He's a wizard from the years of.
yeah, he's in his early 70s, and they said he looks like he's 25.
Interesting.
It's wizardry.
Yeah.
They also said he like brings home a different woman every night. and
Yeah,
stuff,
always.
too.
Also wizardry.
That goes without saying. No, but that was cool. We've talked about this before about when he made the Statue of Liberty disappear.
Yeah.
But if you're paying close attention, you can see that
See the
they're
mirrors.
rotating.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say I do miss that. I miss the variety shows on regular network television that used to have the David Blaine specials
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All
and the
of that.
Copperfield special,
Yeah.
and even the Sunday night Disney movie of the week.
Oh yeah. I used to
Because
watch
you
that.
knew where it was. I find that the more offerings I have now to watch different programs, the less I want to watch.
Yep.
Yep.
Because you spend more time. My wife gets so annoyed at this because it takes me forever to find something to watch because there's
Yeah.
so much to choose from. It's like, well, I could watch this, but then I could watch this. It's like doom scrolling on your phone on social media, but you're looking through movies and TV shows, you know?
Can't
I
just,
miss, and this is fairly recent, I miss when I finished watching a terrific, and when I say when I finished watching, when I gorged, when I just sat and watched, kind of like Game of Thrones, that I really got
Mhm.
turned on to way after the series was finished. I miss when they're over, if they were really good.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if it's a show like Leftovers, I want to put an ice pick in Dustin Robi Show's eye. But
My favorite
But-
show. My favorite show.
Yeah. no, and it was, when it was over, I was okay with it being over. I'll say.
Because it had such a satisfying ending. That's what he's trying to say.
It
It's
made
such a
you think.
satisfying.
It made you think.
Yeah,
It
it
made
did,
you
and that's
think.
what I liked about it. Yeah,
but
well,
also like during the week, you had like you had like your show.
yeah,
And you knew
You
when it
knew-
was coming
you
out.
knew every Thursday.
yep.
You know,
You were watching.
whatever.
You were watching Seinfeld.
Watching Seinfeld.
what's the last show like that for you guys? What's a last show you knew it played on Tuesday night on NBC and you were there to kind of watch
You
it?
said Game of Thrones. For a little while there was Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, Walking Dead.
Yeah. I gave up on Walking Dead after
3.
years.
Yeah, it's rough.
Game of Thrones was probably the last show that I watched, even after streaming, because even if you streamed HBO, they would still only release the new episodes after it would play on HBO. So
But you had to wait for. What was the day that Game of Thrones showed? Do y'all remember?
It was
or did it change?
Sunday night. It was every Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sunday night. And I think that was the last show that I watched to completion week to week. You know?
Yeah.
And it was on streaming. It wasn't on HBO, but I started it on HBO. Regular HBO.
Started HBO. So that's good timing, right?
But by
Started
the
HBO
end of
and
the
then
show, I had switched to streaming, and
Same
it
here,
was,
yep.
but I still had to wait every Sunday to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was probably the last one.
I guess mine would have been just a regular old sitcom.
Yeah.
Like a regular old. I think it would be, no laughs. I think it would be like Everybody Meets Raymond. Like
That's
I
a
used
good
to
one,
like
yeah.
watch that.
Everybody loves Raymond, yeah.
And then after that went away, that's all of a sudden now we're in the world of streaming.
Too many choices.
When we were teenagers, I remember us getting excited for TGIF.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You had,
it was like 3 or 4 shows.
It was
Family
like
Matters, Full House.
Yes.
The Boy Next Door.
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
Maybe there was another one, but
Step by Step.
Step by Step. Yeah.
Step by Step. Yeah.
You know, and
that was
a whole thing.
I guess maybe my kids are about. My oldest is about he's a little bit younger than y'all, but yeah, I don't remember that being like one of my favorites.
Yeah, I don't know if I loved those shows, but it was weird.
It was just something.
Yeah,
because you sort of waited for them, right?
I mean, it was that's what we were doing on Friday night, so we didn't have much to do, but it was like TGIF. We got to watch these shows, and
ER was a big one.
ER was big, yeah.
As a sports freak, not freak, but really love sports.
Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football. Now they try and show like 3 games on Monday Night Football, and that bothers me.
Yeah.
Even collegiate football on a Saturday, you would have like 2 big games.
Uh-huh.
And if you were a local, like if you were a big LSU fan because you were from Louisiana and you liked LSU, you would hope that they would play. You would hope like a major network would pick them up, but they didn't a lot.
Yeah.
But it made it that much more enticing the next week when they did show LSU.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now you start at 9:00 in the morning and it's wall-to-wall football.
All day.
And if you want to see Nicholls State University, which is a small school play, you could turn on your television and watch it.
Yeah.
And I think that actually, in the long run, sort of hurts.
Yeah, it was the same thing with streaming. I feel like the more that's out there that you have to choose from, it devalues it because
supply and demand.
Yeah, it's not rare anymore because that's what used to make it special. You got to watch 1 football game or maybe 2 a week. That's what you got, unless you bought the NFL season pass for your team and you could watch everything. Although
this was even before that.
Yeah, we were probably spoiled because we had WGN and we used to watch the Bulls play. We could see every Bulls game.
Yeah.
So I'll take y'all back to the 70s. There was a time here in our area, you had 3 stations. You had NBC, you had CBS, and you had ABC, and that was it. Fox wasn't even in existence in those days.
Yep.
And if you wanted something from those channels, 2 of them came in really strong from New Orleans. The other one, you'd actually have to send somebody outside to your antenna and kind of turn it. To get it facing that way.
Yeah.
So that was your 3 choices, but I don't ever remember not having anything to watch.
Yeah.
And today it's just loaded and we have...
And you have nothing to watch.
Nothing to watch. Now, in the 80s was when WGN and TBS became the super stations. Yeah. And that's when, whether you like Major League Baseball or not, because the Cubs didn't have lights, if you were a college student or you were even, I know of some house moms who got tired of, the soap operas would end at a certain time. And then all of a sudden the Braves and the Cubs were playing. They got into baseball because of it was on.
There.
Yeah. It's kind of jammed in your face.
TBS, man. That was the home of the Braves.
Yeah.
And to this day, 2025, those two teams are the most popular teams in all of Major League Baseball
Really?
because of WGN
Yeah.
and TBS.
Well, a lot of people say that's why Michael Jordan became such a phenomenon. Like, yes, he was an amazing player, but
They
the fact
carried the
that
ball.
his fame grew so widespread was because every game he played was on TV for most people if they had
For most
cable.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So-
people were like, why do they get to play every night? And they said, because WGN just paid the NBA this exorbitant amount of money. If
Yep.
you could find somebody that could do it,
Yeah.
whatever,
They also had Bozo the Clown, which
Bozo the Clown,
I
dude.
did
Loved it every morning.
You lost me. I don't even know what that is.
Oh.
hey kids, yeah,
Really?
yeah,
It's a kid
Bozo the
show.
Clown. It was
It's like a
it was
kid-
a Chicago like local show, Bozo the
Oh, on
Clown.
WGN?
Yeah, on
Yeah.
WGN every Saturday morning.
I was around here was like Romper Room.
Yeah,
Romper Room was out in New Orleans, and Captain Kangaroo. was
oh
that
yeah,
show.
I do remember some Captain
Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah, that was your morning shows.
Mr.
Yeah,
Now
Rob.
you wake up. Now you wake up in the
Scared me a
morning.
little bit.
Yeah, he was a little. He had that bowl cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you wake up in the morning, and at I guess 6:30 in the morning, it's like Terminator 3.
I know, right?
So you scared the kids are waking
Wake
up to
up
watch a cartoon. I
Straight
miss
up to
I miss cartoons in the morning. on
Saturday morning yes.
Yep.
Bowl of cereal on the floor.
Uh-huh.
Yes. In the early 70s, there was a show called HR Puffin Stuff, and I turned it on
yeah.
to my grandkids recently, and they love it. They'll come over and they'll go to YouTube and type in HR Puffin Stuff, and they've watched every series because Jack had the magic flute and all of
Uh-huh.
that stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, I wonder if some of that stuff could come back around, or people would just kind of.
Oh, I don't know.
You think the magic flute is like marijuana?
That whole thing had a vibe of Puff the Magic Dragon.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I would love to know, being a mission.
Hey, I mean,
music-
come on. There's adults making it, and they have to throw stuff in there. I mean,
Puffin
it's
stuff.
Yes. Can you go back and
Yeah.
think what was happening in the studio when the Beatles wrote some of their songs?
oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
Baby, you can drive my car.
Mm-hmm.
There's subliminal messages to all of that.
Yes.
They must have been laughing their butts off thinking,
Oh,
okay, how
Sure.
can we say, baby, I want to do this to you or whatever,
yeah.
but use a different connotation to it,
Yeah,
right?
yes. Exactly.
Or, Eric Clapton writing, he doesn't even
Cocaine.
know what, yeah.
He's not even bothering to cover
He's
it.
not even
He's just
trying.
like, cocaine. Like, he's just, here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's writing songs and they don't even know what the word Inagata Davida. They sitting in the studio, they write a 30-minute song. Not even write, they just start jamming. And the song comes out and they say, okay, we're gonna put that out on the label. And you hear the song and it says, Inagata Davida, baby. And you're going, okay, so what's that? Oh, we were so stoned. We meant
Doesn't
to say
even matter.
we
Right.
meant to say in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
the name
yeah.
of the
yeah.
song is officially Inagata Davida, which lasts
Yeah.
about 30 minutes.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, I know that one.
Yeah, I got to get up in about 10 minutes to go to work. So,
Oof.
On that note, I appreciate Stan for being here on the Introverse. I didn't ask
Yeah,
you,
Stan,
were
good
you ever an
meeting you.
introvert, Stan? I would doubt it.
Oh,
You don't seem like an
No, no, no.
introvert.
no, very much so.
Okay. All right.
High school, I graduated in a high school class of 525 kids.
Wow.
And I'm on a little Facebook page with my senior class,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
was many years ago. And as they wish people happy birthday, or God forbid, some of them have passed away. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. I'd wish that person happy birthday, but I don't think I graduated with him. And what I've come to realize
You're
is
making
that-
this stuff up.
No, I didn't know anybody in high
Yeah.
school. I was very much an introvert.
Wow.
I
Okay.
was I was the guy who sat at lunchtime, sort of in the corner with my Rush T-shirt on. Everybody thought I was always high, and I never was. Never was. Did play baseball. Kind of looked like, it's funny now, I look like I would have come from California with long hair and kind of like that. But no, very much introvert, so I can.
Well,
that's what you guys are. Now you say because I do like sports news on
Mhm.
television and all now.
Sure.
It's basically because I just feel like I'm sitting with one other person every time. I
Right.
do.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
That's what
When
we
we
do
do-
here, and
Yes.
it really is just me and Brent talking, and you now, Stan. No one watches this, so we're good.
They do because I go and I've seen, and when y'all did, special, I actually have yelled at y'all sometimes.
Yes.
Saying, that's not right.
He did. He called
That's
me
not
up. He
right.
called me on my phone at work 2 days ago and was like, Vanessa Williams isn't dead?
When you said that, I was like, and you said it at the very beginning of the show, and I saw that initial show because, and forgive me, I can't remember his name, but the other guy y'all had,
Greg.
Greg.
was talking a lot about when y'all had first met through Mute Math and everything,
Yeah.
and I saw it when y'all first dropped it, probably I guess about year ago,
Yeah,
a little bit more,
that was a while
maybe
ago.
April-ish, May of like. And I remember when you said that, and I just laughed and did something else and stuff. So I went back and I was looking at it because I do like your artwork on intros and things like that. And when I saw you say that, I went, I don't know if this guy could be my friend, man. He's saying Vanessa Williams is dead. And she's like my age, right? She's dead. I had to get on the phone. Then I did go back and watch, and they did.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Actually, I think it was your wife who said
She did. Yeah.
she's not dead.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking of Natalie Cole, and I did remember after later in the episode, I'm like, I was Natalie Cole that I was thinking of because she had passed away. And yeah, we all make mistakes.
That must have been a TLV cast.
No, I think it was a top 10 video. I
top 10.
I think
Okay.
so, yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I saw a couple of top 10s that were interesting, except y'all always pick the most obscure movie. But I'm like, I didn't see that. I do enjoy when y'all do top 10 that it lets me know at that particular time. These were the top 10 movies
Yes.
in America.
I love that.
I love that.
Yeah,
Me too.
that's one of my favorite parts, yeah.
Because then you get reminded of movies you forgot about.
Uh-huh.
Even to the point of probably going find something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dan, we appreciate you being here, and we're gonna
Enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's fun. It's good meeting you.
we're gonna say
Same thing, B.
good game. Literally,
Good game.
Good game. Yeah. So yeah, you'll have to come back another time when we have.
Yeah. Y'all get another
and,
another topic that I know nothing about, and then we could really have some fun.
there you go.
'Cause I am good at making
All of
stuff
the
up.
topics I know nothing about. I just
Thanks for listening to the Introverse. New episodes every Monday wherever the podcasts roam. Catch us on our YouTube channel at Introverse Pod. The Introverse is a part of the Introverse Podcast Network.